Hello, everyone. It's Pat coming to you with our June Archangels energies and messages. And yeah, let's see what's going on for the month of June. Okay, um, I've gone ahead and pulled out some Archangel cards for us so we can see what's coming up, as well as some cards from some other decks. So let's just get going. Anyway, let's see. So for this month, there was three different archangels that came out for us, who are going to be overseeing us. I always like to pull from archangel cards because they have kind of the bigger perspective of what's going on with the energies. Okay, and it's kind of true at a bigger, higher level as well as a more personal level. All right, so we have Archangel Raziel, letting us know that there's spiritual understanding, an awakening going on this month. All right. As I understand from listening to some of the astrological reports, there's, which I do, I'm not an expert astrologer by any means, but I do watch full moons and new moons. And if there's any particular, eclipses or things like that going on. And right now I know that the planet Jupiter is, forgive me if I don't remember the sign that it's in, but anyways, it's lending its energies to us right now. And it's a planet of, that's known for expansion, things expanding. So it's affecting us at a spiritual level with our spiritual expansion. And what I feel like this means for a lot of us, a lot of you out there who may be watching, you might notice your own intuitive abilities expanding. Raziel is an angel who helps us understand greater spiritual truths, and, esoteric symbols and things like that. So you might be a person who looks at number symbols or sees a lot of number symbols as your sign, that kind of thing. But so there's a lot more understanding going on. He's helping lend our understanding to us. And sometimes that comes in the form of kind of aha moments, like, oh, I didn't realize. It gives you get the bigger perspective of something. And that's part of how he works with us and maybe a bit of what's going on this month. But he's working with us in general for our own personal growth, spiritual growth, and understanding. Because that in and of itself contributes a lot more to a sense of peace, which is something that's very much needed in a time when the world is going through a lot of chaos. I mean, we have so much of that, what seems that going on right now, between wars going on, natural disasters happening, even today's news about our former president here in the United States being convicted, found guilty on many counts of fraud. So that's never happened in history before, at least not in the history of this country. So when there seems to be a lot of chaos going on, the angels are working with us to help expand at a personal level for our own personal well-being and our spiritual growth. Because when things are chaotic, people also return to their understanding of spirit. They gravitate back more to calling on angels and divinities that they feel most affiliated with. He's working with us to expand our awareness and knowledge of spiritual and working with our personal growth. In addition to that, we have Raguel with this message of divine order. And so again, and part of that spiritual understanding that's coming in for this month is more of an understanding of the underlying order, like looking past the chaos to see that there's an underlying order to the way things are playing out, including justice. Okay. Sometimes the scales of justice seem to move very slowly, but, and we, wish that it would, it just seems to take a long time before certain things, before justice hits certain things. But the angels are reminding us that there's an underlying order to it. And again, I'm reminded of that metaphor of like, if you're looking up close at something and analyzing details, like when you're looking at your face really close in the mirror and you can see all the little flaws and things like that. But if you take the step back and look at yourself from the bigger perspective, or the far away perspective, you get a different view. And, or even pieces of art are like that. So when you look up close at them, it just looks like weird little brush marks. But if you take a step back, you get a different perspective of the bigger picture of what the art piece is about. So when things are in chaos, we need to sometimes take a step back and look at the order, that there is an order to the way things are playing out. Okay. Raguel is an angel who also helps us with, he's an angel who helps with resolving conflicts, resolving arguments, having better harmony in relationships. And he's also an angel that helps, he's an overseer. So he's like the logistics coordinator, if you want to think of him that way. And so if you do have a lot of things going on, like let's say an example in your life might be moving, you have a lot of things that got to get coordinated. And for a while it can seem very chaotic, but there is an order to it. And if you do have that going on in your life, or you have a lot of things that you're trying to coordinate, Archangel Raguel is a really great archangel to call upon for assistance with that, to bring order, to order and more harmony, maybe to some things that are going on in your life, okay, or that you're trying to coordinate. But in general, the message is about us getting a better understanding of divine timing and why things, need to happen in the order that they do, okay? And we also have the Archangel Azrael coming to us with this message of counseling, or a counselor. It says, you're a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So you and your skills and what you do, maybe you have an area of expertise, or maybe you're just someone who has some wisdom from having lived through certain life experiences. And, people are calling upon you for that. Maybe they're reaching out to you as a mentor, asking for your help and assistance with something. Okay. It may also indicate that you yourself are reaching out for some personal counseling to help you through a difficult time in your life. But I think in general, it's the angels letting us know that there may be people calling out to us for our knowledge, experience, guidance, for things, life experiences that we've gone through, when you can share that wisdom with somebody else. Okay. Or, Azrael is an angel who helps us deal with loss. And so I feel like there's a lot of you out there who may be called into helping people who have been in situations of loss, where there's been natural disasters going on, or where maybe friends or people are just going through a difficult health crisis, something like that. So these are some of the overarching themes that we have going in for the month of June. Okay. Now let's see. What did I have? I found some. Oh, I know. We got some very interesting cards from. So one of the cards that came out from another deck I worked with for this month, which was the Click Barrett Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay. The Happy card came out, which is about happy outcomes. Okay. So I also kind of feel, as I look about this, there's something to do with a birthday for somebody. It's maybe something that you've been hoping for, or something related to your birthday that's ends up being a very happy outcome for you. Maybe you get a nice surprise at your birthday, if that's what you're celebrating this month. But anyways, but in general, this speaks to happy outcomes, something that you've maybe been hoping for, longing for, hoping would work out. Or, can be related back to that divine order card, seeing justice start happening in the world. There's a lot of things that are going to come to light With various, not just our former president, but other issues that have been going on at the political level with, um, injustices and things like that. We're seeing those being brought to justice. So there's happier outcomes ahead. We all like to see when justice takes place in divine order. So anyways, there's happy outcomes at a personal level too. Okay. Let's see. I also got I have a little Archangel deck. It's very cute with little angel messages. But when I was pulling these this morning, in general, the positive outcome card came up. And it literally says, the sun is about to burst through the clouds. You'll soon see things in a different light, seeing things from a different perspective. That's very enlightening and gives you maybe that aha moment. And something that previously seemed hopeless will soon be filled with nothing but hope. That is a nice thing to see going into this month. Okay. So, and that may be due, that has to do too with you, being called in to, when someone asks you for your advice or your help and assistance through something, maybe it gives them hope. Okay. Some other things that we have going on this month here in this Collect Bear and Read deck is to go with the flow, which is a reminder. It's so when we pull these cards, a lot of them they're predictive, but they also are prescriptive too. So they have a little bit of a message about what the angels are urging or the guidance that they're providing, but it's also letting you know what's coming up. And this is about going with the flow. All right. Not trying too hard to control any outcome, but just kind of enjoying each moment as things play out. Okay. As things play out and end up in that happy outcome. We're in June, which I know here in the United States and the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming into our summertime. So we're kind of more in a little bit more of a relaxed pace with more of being in the moment, but it's also kind of a prescriptive message about not fighting the flow, try not to resist too much. And if you go with the flow and allow things to unfold, you'll find you'll get to that happy, or that things will just in general work out a lot better. But it's about us going with the flow and seeing how things are going to play out this month. Also got some messages from the mermaids about friendship. And this is about getting together with friends. Friends you haven't seen in a long time. There's a lot more, obviously, here in the United States, we have Father's Day coming up in the month of June. So there's probably gatherings for that, more family-related gatherings, but getting together with friends a lot. Maybe friends you haven't seen in a while. Maybe you have a big friends reunion or something like that. But it's everybody's getting out, coming out of hibernation, getting out a lot more and doing things with their friends. So, another mermaid message that came out was this one with watch your thoughts. And it doesn't mean to watch every single thought that goes through your head. In general, it's just, I think it has to do again with the spiritual awakening card. We're becoming more aware of where our thoughts are going. Like when you're going with the flow and you're present in the moment, we're kind of more aware of, what triggers us. Does that make us, automatically think a certain thing and assume something's going to turn out a certain way? And that stirs up certain emotions with us and starts us down a path of like, worrying that the worst is going to happen. And it's about, we're coming into more of an awareness of, or like watching where that goes, being the observer, as Eckhart Tolle calls it. And it's that taking a step back and looking at, wait a minute, why am I thinking this? And where is that going? Why am I worrying about something that hasn't happened yet? What am I making this mean? So we're taking steps this month to be more mindful of where our thoughts are at, where they're going, and what they're creating for us. Louise Hay, she's a well-known author and founder of a worldwide publishing house. Many of you know her, but she was well known for saying, your thoughts, every thought you think is creating your future. So we're all becoming a little bit more aware of watching what we think. So, but anyways, the important thing is that, like, big takeaway I like to get from these cards is the happy outcome, and the gatherings with friends. It's just because there is a lot of chaos going on in the world doesn't mean we can't have that enjoyment. And in fact, we probably very much need it. We need our connections with our friends. Our friends are very much, a lot of times, our counselors in their own way. So anyways, these are some of the messages and themes coming up for this month. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hopefully being back on again soon. But take care, everyone. Oh, and I'm going to put the link to my new website down below in the description box. Okay, so I hope to talk to you again soon. Take care, everyone.